Habari za wakati huu, tupo safarini. Leo nipo katika kaunti ya Kisumu, eneo la Chemelil. Kuja kwangu hapa ni kumkuta mkulima ambaye yupo ni miaka 30 katika ukuzaji wa miwa. Anafanyaje yeye? Angalia nyuma yangu, anasema kwamba nyumba hii unayoiona yeye amejenga kupitia hela ambazo alizikusanya kupitia ukuzaji wa miwa. Bila shaka namkaribisha hapa ili tuzungumze pamoja. Njoo kabisa tuzungumze. Kuna mtu ambaye amesikiliza nikisema hivyo lakini hajui unaitwa nani, lakini najua pia huku kwenu. Wacha kwanza nikupe mkono. Habari ya leo?
Sawa.
Uko salama? Huku kwenu nasikia pia Kiingereza mnaongea sana. So utatumia lugha ambayo itakuwa rahisi kwako. Na pia uniambie sasa jina lako, hapa ni wapi, na katika sekta ya miwa hii safari ilianzaje? Unipatie history kidogo hadi tufike wakati ambapo wewe ulihisi kwamba unaweza shikilia sasa safari yenyewe.
Asante sana. Kwa majina naitwa Charles Atiang. Hapa ni kwangu. Hapa inaitwa Gatundu Village katika sub location ya Godabuoro, location ya Tamu na county ya Kisumu. Tulikuja hapa as early as 1964. The purpose why we came here, we settled after the white settlers left this county. We came and bought this land, and from that time we came purely to be cane sugarcane growers. But as we were also growing cane, there was this other aspect that we had to bring food security. And food security, number one, is that we have to grow maize. We also have poultry there. I also have dairy the other side for purposes of our normal aspect. But the main purpose why we came here is that we have been farming sugarcane for the last 30 years. And I've been supplying cane both to Moroni and Chemelil. And that is the main purpose why we are here. And we appreciate that the sugar industry for sometimes used to be thriving very well. But in between there has been a lot of challenges, but we are equal to the task. And one of the biggest breakthrough is now that we now have the Kenya Sugar Board. The Kenya Sugar Board has come in place, and I'm one of the growers who are going to contest the coming election of Kenya Sugar Board. I'm also not holding that, I'm also the national chairman of Kenya Association of Sugarcane, Kenya Association of Sugarcane and Allied Products, which I'm the national chairman. So I'm very vast in terms of the challenges facing sugarcane farmers, and we have been lobbying for the interest of the farmers across the board, and our engagement has been between us and the government.
Umetaja that mulikuja from sehemu mbali mkakuja kusettle hapa. Hiyo procedure ya kukuja kusettle ilikuwa inafanyikaje? Mnunua mashamba shilingi ngapi? And then later on kupea mtu leseni ya ama title ya kuishi hapa.
We bought this land with my late father, the late John Atiang. By then I was a very young boy. These farms, we only paid a deposit of 200 Kenya shillings. In 1962, at that time, Kenya shillings 200 was such a big money. So the money we paid on to the National Settlement Fund trustee. So the National Land Trustee were the owners of this land through the government. So we bought the shares by 200 Kenya shillings. And that was taking care of two farms. There was the subsistence where we are today, and there was the commercial, that is plot A, plot B, and plot C. So all this was a totaling of about 5 acres for subsistence and another 10 acres of commercial. So that 200 shillings was a deposit, and then we were on loan basis for a period of 30 years at that time. So we came in, we started plowing our shambas, we harrowed, plowed, and planted our cane. So each and every stage of harvesting of that cane, the sugar factories, that was Moroni Sugar Company by then, will recover the money and pay for our land rates. So that we did it for a period of 30 years, after which we cleared all the loans which we were owning by Settlement Fund Trustee, and then the title deed was finally transferred back to us. And the title deed by that time was for John Atiang, and then we later subdivided that title deed of the land to the sons, and which I'm one of them. So I've remained with this. I also have my own title deed. So that was how we came into the settlement. The settlement scheme were several. So this was Godabuoro settlement scheme. There was Tamu settlement scheme. There was Oduo settlement scheme. There was Koru settlement scheme. There was Futana settlement scheme. So all this by that time were government land held in trust by Settlement Fund Trustee. So for a period of 30 years, when we planted our cane, harvested our cane, we managed to pay all those loans, and as we are talking today, we have the title deeds
Maelezo yako ni mazuri sana, umeeleza vizuri kabisa, lakini katikati nikasikiliza kulikuwa na mashamba mara mbili ya kuishi na kuna moja umesema commercial. Tutajuaje kwamba hiyo commercial ipo wapi, na kwa maelezo yako kule mnafanya nini?
Thank you. Vile nimekueleza, tulikuwa na mashamba mbili na hii ni subsistence na pale ya commercial. I now welcome you, we walk to the commercial farm. So that I take you where we plant our tea. Welcome to the farm. And this is where we do our work from January to December. And this is where we do our part to build Kenya. And this is where we are. Sugar is made in the farm. So this is where we make sugar, and the miller only mill. But this is where the whole sugar is produced. So welcome, and we can give you a recap. Okay. So I've said we have been in this sector for quite some time. And as I've told you, the history was very clear. On the commercial aspect, we had 3 plots. That was plot A like this, then there's plot B part of it, then there's C. So what we used to do during the good hay times, when the bookers were purely with us, they were very good agronomists, which the company was able to provide for us. They are very good extensional officers, both from the Ministry of Agriculture. And since we came into the new dispensation, agriculture was devolved to the county, like Kisumu County.
Wakati mwingine kama mkulima kuna changamoto, je, kwako changamoto ambazo zipo katika shughuli hii ya ukuzaji wa miwa ni zipi?
So among the challenges that I can say we have had is that we used to have very good crop husbandry. Good crop husbandry means we used to have very good extension officers, both from the Ministry of Agriculture, who are able to be with us in terms of guiding when we are planting, in terms of the seed cane that we were supposed to plant, the right seed cane. So things went very well, and that's why I was saying that the whole thing was well mechanized. The system by that time was very well mechanized. I was told you that these plots were running together. This is plot A. It runs to almost 2 kilometers from here. Then there is the break where there is another road. So the whole operations were very easy, were easily done. So when we were developing plot A, then followed by plot B and plot C. So that was the arrangement. So when we were harvesting plot A, all plot A were being harvested rotationally for a period of about 6 months. Then we will move to plot B, which was also planted at a different period. Then we moved to plot C. So we used to harvest cane all over the year in all the life cycles. The system was very good, that all plot A were planted at the same time, plot B were being planted at the same time, and plot C were being planted. The purpose for that was to ensure that there was enough cane to sustain both Muhoroni and Chemelil milling.
Wakati umetaja Muhoroni na factories zingine, historia yake inakaa namna gani hadi kufikia sasa ukilinganisha na awali na wakati huu?
Vile nimewaeleza ya kwamba in these settlement schemes, the 7 settlement schemes starting from Koru, Fatana, Muhoroni, Godabuoro, Tamu, Songo and East Songo, all these schemes were supplying cane to Muhoroni Sugar Company as small scale holders. But Chemelil Sugar Company, which is our neighborhood now, was purely built for large-scale farmers. Chemelil Sugar Company, even today, major shareholder of Chemelil Sugar Company is ADC, Agriculture Development Corporation, which has a lot of chunk of land across the Nandi side. So in Chemelil, it's purely built for large-scale farmers. So ADC Farm Kimwani used to supply 60% of cane to Chemelil Sugar Company. The remaining other 40% was supplemented from Sisal Estate and other extended large-scale farmers, mainly by that time were Asians, but now are owned by Africans. But Muhoroni had all the 7 settlement schemes that were supplying cane to Muhoroni, and I've told you that this cane the harvesting was done all over the year. That's what I'm saying. So cane were planted at different seasons. You plant plot A, you're plowing plot B. By the time plot A is about 6 months, then you harrow plot B. Then you plant plot B. Then as plot B was also coming up, then plot C was being developed. So these 3 were harvesting was being rotating across. So the farmer will have the money all over the year. There was no time that a farmer will definitely had no money.
Umetaja kuhusiana na kile tunaita value addition. Unahisi namna gani tukikwenda njia hiyo na manufaa yake ni yepi kwa mkulima?
Kwanza ningependa kushukuru wakulima ambao washupavu. Hali ilipokuwa mbaya walienda mahakamani wakachukua oda. Hadi leo hii oda bado imekataza sukari ya kutoka nje kuigizwa Kenya hii. Kwa hivyo baada ya kupata hii oda tumeweza kuona miwa zetu ikisiagwa mzuri na sukari inauzwa. Na by last year it's on record. Farmers produce what they have never produced in the history of Kenya. So what we are trying to do is to say that from this cane, once we take it to the factory, there is molasses coming out of it. Molasses is used for ethanol making. Then there is bagasse, which is used to run the factory, the boilers. The factory, once it is set, is fired on, it runs on our bagasse. So that also reduce cost of power to the millers. Then too, from my same cane, we produce molasses. There is the bagasse. Then there is mud filter. Mud filter is a product that comes out, and if it is plowed back, it replaces fertilizer. Instead of applying fertilizer, you get the point. You get that mud filter, you apply it in the shamba, it takes the role of the fertilizer.